going over our software just briefly. So once you've created your properties and then put all your information into the software, you're gonna go here to your landing page. Over to the left-hand side, you're gonna have a few pie charts, and it's really gonna give you some really good information. It's going to tell you your payment status. It's going to give you rental status. Everything on this control panel is active. So if you hover over any of the pie pieces, you can see that it brings up a few of the metrics. And if you even click on it, what they'll do, it'll bring up a pre-formatted report. So we clicked on the green piece, and it'll give you everyone who pays you on time. Over to the right hand side, you have some action buttons. You can record a payment, create a memo, and if you have questions about memos, we have other videos specifically for memos. You can go into the detail of it, into the unit itself, which is actually a lease here. So these are your leases. Then you can go into if you want to update or edit anything. Let's go back to the control panel, and you have the same option when you look at the other pie chart. It tells you how many of your properties are currently rented, how many are going to become vacant, and so forth. You have a calendar. We put a calendar up here because we want this to be your pretty much a virtual desktop for you. So you have your calendar. You create any kind of reminder, memo, and so it's really for the important things that you want to get to. The things that are not so important, you put over here on the updated to-do list. It's and the to-do list really is, the stack of papers on your desk that you'll get to when you get to. The stuff on your calendar are really important. So just to create one, you just click anywhere in the calendar, and then it'll bring up a memo or a reminder to do that. Today we're going to say we need to call an attorney. And then we're going to say ask about the eviction process. And if you look, you can see that the reminder is checked off. This will put it on the calendar. If you uncheck this, it'll put it over to the right-hand side with a stack of papers. So just keep that in mind. We'll say remind us on the 11th of December, and just click save. One other thought is that any kind of reminder or any kind of memo that you create here is not tied to a unit or a specific lease or tenant. So just be thoughtful of that. If you want to tie those out, if you want to connect those two, then we have instructions down here on how to do that. Calendar, legend, and filtering, and how to create them. So you can just pretty much all of these are going to be the drop down. So you have some more instructions there. As you scroll down, you could see you have some cash flow reports. You have, your summary. You have expected cash in, actual cash in is your income, your expenses, and then your net. So this is really the control panel. All the reports on the software are consistent, and they're all standardized. You can go into your leases. So if you want to go to manage your leases, then you just go here and you look up if it's a specific, if there's a tenant, you can go ahead and just, try to find them here. Over to the right-hand side, you have some action buttons. Like I said, all the reports are very standardized, so they give you a lot to do. You can do the same for your vendors. You go to your vendors, and you could create a vendor. And if you have an email address in your vendor, you can create a memo pretty much on any of these reports where you can create a memo. You just create it, and if you have an email for this vendor, like for example here, you just say, hey, come and fix, we have a leaky faucet, blah blah blah, right? So you just create it, and it shoots out an email to them, which is really nice. So you have your frequently used areas as well that you can go to. It pretty much has your reports and other stuff like that. Let's see here. Let's go back to the control panel. So it's really a crystal ball. The software is made for a crystal ball, but in order to optimize it, it's best that you use the EFT, the online payment system, to really optimize and have. And that way you don't have to do as much work. You let the software do it. And here are the frequently used stuff.